Hello and welcome back here to Prior's Flat, and the reply for Tynedale is underway here, and so far Tynedale have bedded in well. 31 for no wicket in the 9th over of the reply. Dan Parker and Tom Cant up there at the wicket. Parker on strike has played quite beautifully for his 19 so far. Now it's Stuart Graham about to bowl to Parker. 129 Tynedale in deficit here. That one short of a length, and Parker just manages to defend it back down onto the offside, and it's fielded at mid-off, and there's no run. So Parker up there, left-handed. He's coming off the back of a couple of good scores. He's always been there or thereabouts, and he's had a phenomenal first season back here at Tynedale, but he's got 2 slips at gully and a backward point for company. Driven this time by Parker, up there again into extra cover, and there's no run. And that was more fuller in length that time from Graham, just well up to the wicket there, and it was Parker equal to it. He's the best thing about the innings of Parker so far, he's left the ball alone superbly, angling it across, and it's been the left-handers today who've had the harder job as the batsman, and that one's short outside the off stump again, and Parker just plays from the crease and opens the face, and the ball runs out there to backward point, and again there's no run. And Cant at this near end, he's got 10, he's just hit a nice 4 so a few seconds ago there, and now he's just leaning on his bat as Parker prepares to face again from Graham. Parker plays again, all defensive out from the crease, and it runs up there to mid-off, and that's the end of the 9th over and the end of Graham's over. So Tynedale needing 160 to win here, or 31 for no wicket. Parker 19 and Tom Cant 10, still 129 in deficit. And I just get the feeling here that it can't just be one wicket that Constantine. There's going to have to be a flurry of wickets. One out and then one batsman bedded in again. Well, here's Hunter to take up the attack anyway, and Cant's forward in defence there, smothers the ball away into extra cover there, where it's picked up quickly and there's no run. Hunter in towards us from the gasworks end. Bowls, Cant's back, plays back and drives it up to deep cover in front of the house end, and there's a fielder up there at the moment, and he's just picked that one up and thrown it into Chapman, the wicketkeeper. So one more to the total, and that takes it to 32 for no wicket and 128 needed by Tynedale. Hunter now to Parker with a slip, and Parker just watches that one by late and has a little prod at it, and it beats the bat through to Chapman, and there's no run though. Here's Hunter again. He's about to come in to bowl. The weather sun out again here. Stiff breeze. Parker's forward to a full one driving this time, but again it's straight out to extra cover. And we've got Rosa in there at slip. We've got a backward point. We've got a deep extra cover, an orthodox extra cover, mid-off, a deep mid-on, a mid-wicket, and a backward square leg. Parker drives square this time and runs up towards the tennis courts. The ball goes across to the left there, and it's thrown in now to Chapman at this near end, and Parker goes through for another single. He goes to 21, the score goes to 20, I beg your pardon, the score goes to 33. Here's Hunter to Cant now, who just defends this one behind square on the leg side. It was a full ball and it just come off the face there, just open faced bat, and there's no run off the last ball of the over there. So another one gone. The overs are clicking through quickly. I don't think the scoreboard had updated there. We'll just bring you the overs in a moment, but the score 33 for no wicket Tynedale, still 127 in deficit. They are, and there will be a new over to start here, and it'll be the 11th, and it'll be Stuart Graham who is about to ball over the wicket now to Parker, and he pushes that one to the leg in the gap there at mid wicket, and he gets a single. It's Wynne who picks that one up from mid on, and there's a single to Parker there. He goes to 21. The score goes to 34. And 126 now needed by Tynedale. Stuart Graham now. 2 slips, a gully. Graham to Cant, who's back in his crease defending this one, back down the pitch, and the ball rolls along there, and it's picked up by Graham, and there's no run. So we've got a deep backward square leg. We've got a long leg, a big gap in the leg side field there, round to mid on. We've got deep mid off, we've got extra cover, deep cover point as well. Now here's Graham going into bowl to Cant. Cant just runs that one off his pads up to deep backward square there, and it's picked up now about 15 yards in from the boundary there, and thrown into Chapman at the far end. And there's one more to the total. Cant goes to 12, the score goes to 35. And it's 125 now, needed by Tynedale. Dan Parker on strike, 425 runs for the season. Averaging 35 from 15 innings with 3 not outs. Parker now from Graham, and he just defends that one square on the offside, and it runs out there to point, and there's no run. And Parker just leans on his bat a little bit at that top end, just ruffles his cuffs up a bit there. They must have been slipping down too far towards his gloves, but we've got the other game of cricket going on here this afternoon. We've got 2 or 3-year-olds playing their own game of cricket out by Kingsgate Terrace, that side of the ground. As Graham bowls again outside the off stump, and this one's left alone by Parker, and there's no run. And they've got some bonny coloured stumps out there, a luminous green stumps, a bright blue bat, an orange ball, and some orange bails on there. And I think it looks like Mom who's going to bowl the next one, and she it beats the little lad outside the off stump that time. But here we go. Here's Stewie Graham now, 75 behind him from the first innings here. An excellent batting performance. Bowls over the wicket to Parker, who just goes up on his toes a little bit there. That was pitched not quite too short, and it got up a bit, and Parker just defended it out to the offside, and there's no run. And that's the end of Graham's over. Another one down, so 12 gone now. Tynedale 35 for no wicket. Parker has 21, Cant has 12, and there's 125 still to get here for Tynedale if they're to beat top of the table Concert. I wonder if it's a little surprising to the players themselves that they're up there, because it was a good win for Tynedale up at Blackfine earlier in the season, but Concert have a habit of winning here in close finishes over the last few years. But there's Hunter to start the new over, comes in and bowls to Cant, who plays it out to extra cover there, and there's no run. So Cant sets himself one slip in place, bright sunshine, and Cant just watches that slower one carefully onto his bat there, and just plops it out to mid wicket, and there's no run. The ball quickly back up to the top end. So the pattern of the innings, if we go, I'm sure we will, but we'll have a drinks break after 25 overs as Cant latches onto a shorter ball again from Hunter, slow short one, and pulls it out to the tennis court side there, across to the left, where I think it was Ringer who fielded up on the top boundary there, just in front of the practice nets. But he gets a single anyway, Cant. He's gone to 13, the score goes to 36. And here's Hunter again, bowling to Parker, and he comes, and Parker drives a full ball this time up there to mid-off. And it's picked up fairly quickly there, and there's no run, so the overs, getting through the overs quickly as the clouds buzz away over out towards the east in front of us. And Parker goes for a big swipe that time, and it was quite wide, and just more or less lulled and tempted him into that shot, did Hunter, and he missed it. It beat the bat, and Chapman stopped it with his pads. As Hunter's coming in again now to bowl, he's there, another full ball on the stumps this time, and Parker's equal to it. He just plays the ball up there again, up towards mid-off, and it's fielded and there's no run. So the end of another over there. They're going through quickly here. It's going to be Stewie Graham to take up the attack again. It's Tynedale after 13, is it now? Yes, 13 have gone, and it will be, actually it might be 13, this may be the 13th, 36 for no wicket, Tynedale, and they're 124 away from victory. Cant on strike, 13 not out, 2 slips in place. Cant forward and drives in the air, just past the sprawling hand of backward point there. It's swishing up towards the left of the scoreboard. It's collected now, and they've just got 1 run. So good cricket all round there. Cant, it was in the air, just about a foot off the ground, but it dipped pretty quickly. But if it had been a bit closer, there was a chance of a catch there. But it went away up towards the scoreboard, and it was fielded, and they just come through for 1 run. Cant goes to 14, the score goes to 37 for no wicket now, Tynedale. So Parker on strike, 2 slips, a gully, a backward point, more or less 2/3 man's in place at the moment on the boundary, and Parker just eases that one off the face out towards gully there, where it's fielded, not at the first attempt, but stopped eventually, and the ball's picked up and there's no run. So Parker still 21 now, not out. He 21 last week against Allenmouth. Can he add some more here? Fine leg vacant. If he strays down the leg side here, Graham bowls to Parker. It's short, and it gets up, and he just plays that one down into the ground behind square on the offside, and it's fielded there at a backward point. So we've got more or less Rosa in the slips at first slip there. So there's 2 slips, that gully and the backward point there. The first line of defence close in there, 4 of them, and there's 2 men directly behind them, 2/3 mans in place. It's Amin's one of them, and his white cap. But here goes Graham now, bowls on the stumps, middle stump there, and it pitched up, was well pitched, and it got up a bit, and Parker played it down from waist height on the crease there, and the ball rolls out there to extra cover, and there's no run again. A bit of a polish on the ball there, and I think this is Ringer down in extra cover at the moment, as a few of the Tynedale batsmen, yet to come batsmen, make their way around anti-clockwise around the field here. They always go anti-clockwise, as Stewie Graham's in the ball again, and Parker's equal to it again, playing it down from about thigh height that time. That was a little wider, that one though, and the ball rolls out to extra cover again, and there's no run. 37 for no wicket here, Tynedale, in reply to 159 for 9 from Concert in their 50 overs. We're in the 13th over of the reply here, and it's Parker on strike from Graham. Parker's forward half this time, and just plays it off middle and leg up to mid-off, and it's Wynne who picks that one up. And there's no run, and Stewie Graham finishes another over, takes his cap off umpire Hardy, and makes his way out, and he'll be fielding in about backward point for Cant here at the start of the next over. So Tynedale chasing 160 to win, are 123 behind at the moment. The score 37 for no wicket, Parker 21, and Cant is 14 not out. Cant 89 last week against Allenmouth in that high scoring game. So he has Hunter with 1 slip bowling to Cant, and he comes, and Cant pulls it away, and it's fielded up there on the tennis court boundary and thrown in, and a round of applause there for the fielding and the throw right above the stumps, and Cant gets another one to his total there, and he's gone to 15. The score goes to 38 for no wicket. Bright sunshine now. We've got a slip, a backward point as Hunter's in again now to bowl to Parker, and he just defends that one down under the offside, going half forward there, just a little step outside his crease, and there's no run. It's picked up quickly. A deep extra cover, and extra cover inside the circle, mid-off, as Hunter's in again now to Parker, who just plays in the gap for 1, no he doesn't, to mid-wicket there, and he looked for it. Cant wasn't interested though, he's still up at the far end, just with his hand on his hip, leaning on his bat at the moment. As Hunter's in again now and bowls, and that's on the full and driven, and Hunter takes it on the bounce there, and he picked it up very quickly. So we've got that long on in place, a mid-wicket, a deep mid-wicket as well, and a backward square leg. He's driven it again through the gap this time, and that'll roll up for 4 to the wide long off boundary up to the right of the scoreboard. I think it'll get there. It crosses the line now, and that's the sort of shot he's been playing all afternoon in this innings so far. Anything full and a little bit wide he's latched onto, and with being a left-hander, it always looks stylish when he hits them. So he's moved to 25, and the score goes to 42 now for no wicket. Tynedale 118 to win now for the home side as Parker drives this one back, a full ball, and it's on the bounce again to Hunter, who finishes another over, and that's the end of that one. So at the end of the 14th over, that is, of a maximum of 50, 42 for no wicket. Tynedale chasing 160 to win, Parker 25, Cant 15, and 118 still the deficit. So it's going to be Stewie Graham now to take up the attack again. And good afternoon if you've just joined us here. With this match starting early and tea coming a bit earlier. We had to just adjust our times a bit, but we came back on at 4:30. And here's Stewie Graham bowling to Cant, who drives high. It's coming over to the wide long on boundary. It's bounced now. It's trickling, and it crosses the line now for 4. Umpire Hardy just signals it now. It trickled along, got stuck in the turf. 4 more to the total, and 4 more to Cant. And that was a sign of this unusual but attacking style he's adopted in this last 3 or 4 weeks, Cant. He's doing it again here, but here's Graham again. He's up to the wicket now and bowls to Cant, who's back in his crease and just taps it down into the ground, and it rolls out there to mid-wicket, and there's no run. 46 for no wicket now, Tynedale. Cant catching Parker up here. He's moved to 19, and Parker 25 not out at the non-striker's end. 10 overs till the drinks break. 46 for no wicket, 114 still required by Tynedale. 2 slips and a gully. Bright sunshine again. Keeps disappearing and coming back. As Graham bowls the next one, and Cant's equal to it, just defends it back to him, and there's no run. We've got banks of grey looking low cloud over there in the distance out to the east, and if we're competing here with the television that's going on behind us, and I think there's a bit of excitement there with the football results, but here's Stuart Graham again to bowl to Tom Cant this time, who's back on his stumps, and they're going to run one into the gap there between backward point and extra cover. Good placement there from Cant, and good running from the Tynedale batsman. Cant comes through to this near end, and he's gone to 20. The score goes to 47 for no wicket, and the deficit comes down to 113 needed to win here. And now it's Parker on the strike. We're going to have this 4-man frontline defence behind square on the offside, and the 2 third mans again as Graham's over the wicket now and bowls. Parker's forward in defence, and it pushes it up there to extra cover, and there's no run. It was a little bit fuller than the last ones, and Parker was there, and it was a half a drive, not a heavy drive of the ball, and it was equally taken down on the ground there in at extra cover, so no run that time. And it's Graham again now about to bowl. 2 slips, a gully, a backward point, and 2 third mans as Graham's in and bowls, and that's chipped away through mid-wicket. It's running out to the left up towards the tennis courts. They've run 1, they're going back up for 2. It's trickling towards the boundary. It's going to be stopped now by Wynne. They come back for 3, and Wynne hurdles the throw in there, and Parker it is who has got 3 runs there. So at the end of the over, and that's the 50 up for Tynedale as well, after 15 overs here. So 4 more off the deficit, which now takes it to 110 needed now for Tynedale to win. 110 now for Tynedale to win. 50 for no wicket. Parker 28, Cant 20. And the two batsmen, the left and right hand, are up there just having a little chat, and it's going to be Parker on strike. The sun, the hottest place on the ground right now, must be over to the right of the scoreboard there, in front of the iron sheets, the wrought iron sheets over there, the sun beating back off it. That seems to be the place for many of the spectators now. Round on the tables, there's not so many out here now, and on the seats behind them over to the right, there's one or two. Well, there's a few more up there, and the decking, there's more on the decking now as the sun just catches it before it goes around behind the trees behind us here. We've got a change of bowling. It's Rosa who, is it Rosa, I beg your pardon, who's bowling now. And he bowls, and it's Parker on strike. He doesn't do nothing with the first one there. There's no run, so here he comes now. Here's Rosa again, right arm round the wicket. He's out, is he? Yes, he's driven it straight into the hands of extra cover there, Parker. He's driven it, he's out, Parker's out, caught, and oh, he can't believe it, the head's dropped, and he was down on one knee, and just a miscued drive there. I don't think there was anything particularly special about the ball, but Tynedale 50 for 1 in the 16th here. Parker gone, caught at extra cover, just a miscued drive, and Tynedale lose their first wicket at 50, and they still need 110 more to win here. And Candidates who is at the non-striker's end, he's just coming up to meet the new batsman going out for Tynedale, which is Ollie Fletcher, and he's a right-hander. And he's just making his way up to the crease now, and he's about to take his guard off umpire Greener up there, and it's Rosa who's going to bowl over the wicket this time. So 28 Parker went for there, 28. And for the new batsman Fletcher, we're going to have a slip, a backward point, an extra cover, a mid-off, a mid-on, a mid-wicket, a deep mid-wicket, a square leg and a fine leg. And there's Fletcher who just defends the first one down into the leg side, and there's no run. Coming up to 5 o'clock here on this gorgeous Saturday afternoon in Hexham. The breeze still going strong out there. It's still shirt sleeves in places though. In comes Rosa again now. Bowls to Fletcher down the leg side, and everybody's missed that one. And it's fielded by Wynn there with short fine leg. Hunter it is in its slip there as well. 50 for 1 now, Tynedale. Rosa comes in and bowls to Fletcher, and he's turned that one round the corner, and it goes straight to the Win there at short fine leg. One ball left in this one now, the 16th over this one, and it's Rosa again who's back at his mark now. Another slow bowler, spinner, comes in again now. Big high action, and that one's down the leg side again. He's trying to tickle him into a shot round to that leg gully there. It's Wynn who's fielding there, but that's the end of the over. There was nothing doing there for Rosa, apart from the wicket of Parker, and that is 50 for 1 at the end of 16 Tynedale here. So 50 for 1, still 110 needed to win here. Concert 159 for 9 in the first innings, and now we're going to have a change of bowling down this end now. Stewie Graham's taking a rest, and it's going to be Sadiq Amin who's coming on. He's right armed, medium pace, just medium pace mind, but he's going to bowl to Tom Cant, the captain of Tynedale, with one slip. It's Rosa in its slip again. We're going to have a deep backward square. Parker out for 28. It's reassessment time here for Tynedale. And Gary Hunter, the captain, just having a word with Amin. There's Hunter going to slip, I think, and we're going to have another bash with this leg gully in place, and that's Rosa who's going out there. A deep leg gully there, and We've got a mid on, a mid wicket, a deep mid wicket, a deep backward square, a deep cover, a mid off, an extra cover and a deep cover. And that's on the full, and Kant pushes it in the gap there between mid wicket and mid on, and it comes up there to Graham, who's fielding to our right here at deep mid wicket. He throws in, so Kant gets another one. And he's gone to 21. The score goes to 51, I beg your pardon, for one. 109 behind now, Tynedale. Now that leg gully's out into backward point for Fletcher, the new bat here. Here's Amin again now. He's in and bowls. And that one is pushed to the off leg side by Fletcher. He's running up now for two. And it's fielded now, and they're going to get through easy enough for two. And Fletcher gets off the mark there with a shot. It beat the pace of the ball, beat the dive there. I think it was Graham in at mid wicket. Yep, he just turned round there. And I never realised before how long his arms were. I was seeing this at the first attempt at the charity bowl the other night. He's got really long arms. It beat him that time though, the ball is. Fletcher drives the full one from Amin back to the bowler on the bounce there. 53 for one now. As in goes Amin again now. Fletcher drives another full ball off the stumps, this time back to the bowler. And again there's no run. And here we go now. Here's Amin again. He's there and bowls. And he just pushes this one out to mid on this time, and it's picked up, and now we've got a grey cloud comes over the sun, but it's not raining. It just takes the sun away for a bit, a matter of a few seconds, as Amin bowls again and Fletcher drives to mid on again, and that's the end of the over. And now it is after 17, Tynedale 53 for 1, Kant 21, the man out Parker for 28, and Ollie Fletcher is 2 not out. Two right-handers in now for Tynedale, and it's a 107 they need to win this match. So the sun comes back out. That cloud goes away for a moment or two, but I'm sure there'll be others on their way over from our left, coming across from the west. And we're going to have a long on in place now for Kant. We're going to have a long off as well. We're going to have a deep extra cover and a deep mid wicket, and it's Rosa who comes in now and bowls, and Kant just plays that one from the crease, and it's Chapman who goes and picks it up. Rosa has it again now. Here he comes, right arm over the wicket, and he comes here, and Kant goes forward then back and just plays it out to the offside, and there's no run. So the phonetic over of Amin there gives way to the more relaxed approach from Rosa here. Here he comes now, bowling to Kant, one slip. Kant turns it to the leg side in front of square this time, up towards the tennis court side, and he trots through for a single there, and he goes to 22. The score goes to 54. And the deficit comes down to 106. Change in the field here for Fletcher. One of the extra covers has come out into backward square leg. So here's Fletcher now. One slip in the wicketkeeper for company. They go down. Rosa comes in. And Fletcher just pushes it out to the leg side again. Going back there. But it's straight to the fielder in at mid wicket. And there's no run. Just one spectator over by the house end now. Looks a bit gloomy over there. As in comes Rosa again, a little bit faster this time, angled in at the stumps, and Fletcher's equal to it, just closes the face on it then, plays it out to square leg, or just in front, and there's no run again. Rosa gets the ball back quickly. The breeze coming across from the left as we watch here. Fletcher plays back through extra cover, and no, he's not going for one. He has a look, and is there a chance here? No, just dollies the ball in there as Fletcher looked for the single, and it wasn't on, so that's the end of the over. The end of Amin's over. I beg your pardon, the end of Rosa's over. It's 54 for 1 Tynedale, after 18 now. Cant 22, Fletcher 2 not out, the man out Parker. 59 for 54, I beg your pardon, the scoreboard. The sun just shining on the scoreboard there. 54 for 1 Tynedale. 106 still needed here to win the match. One slip for Cant from Amin now. Full, and it's pushed up past mid-on for a single. It's fielded now by Graham. Runs round to his left in front of us here from deep mid-wicket to field that one. And Cant goes to 23. The score goes to 55 for 1 now. And here's Amin again, about to bowl. He doesn't get there this time. He just stops next to the umpire, who signals a dead ball. As Amin goes in now to Fletcher, and again it's another full toss, and it's driven up here to mid-on, but it's straight along the ground to the fielder that time, so there's no chance of a single there. As it's Amin again now, when he goes over the wicket, bowls, and it's Fletcher forward in defence, pushes the ball back to him, and there's no run. One slip, leg gully, a deep square leg, as in goes Amin again now in the sunshine, and that one kept a little low, and Fletcher played back out to mid-wicket, and there's no run again. It's Graham who fields in there at mid-wicket on the edge of the square. In goes Amin again, flatter this time, and it's driven again by Fletcher up to win there at mid-off, and again there's no run. The batsmen just hold their own now. Cant leaning on his bat at the non-striker's end. Amin moves in now and bowls. Fletcher's forward, all defensive again, back to the bowler, just trickles onto the leg side, and there's no run, and that's the end of the 19th now. Tynedale 55 for 1, and they're still 105 behind to win this match here. 105 needed in 31 overs. Cant 23 not out, Fletcher 2, and the man out is Dan Parker. Against the run of play in his innings. Just a miscued drive caught in at extra cover there. So that was the end of Parker. But we're going to have Rosa again now, coming in from the top end in the bright sunshine. The breeze picks up again. He's got a long on in place here for Cant. A deep square leg, and Cant drives through extra cover. And it's beaten them in as well. And it's going up for 4 right in the top corner of the ground. To the left of Prior's terrace there, and 4 more to the total. Cant goes to 27, and that takes the score to 59 for 1. 101 now for Tynedale to win. 101 in the 20th over here. 101 to win. Cant with a slip for company here. Rosa bowls, and Cant plays back hard out to the deep cover boundary, and there's a single. Cant moves up to the far end. He adds 1 to his total. He goes to 28. The score goes to 60 for no wicket now, and exactly 100 needed now. Now the field are going to close in here for Fletcher to try and keep him at bay, as in comes Rosa, and Fletcher forward, a long way forward there, big stride, and just smothers the ball into the ground. Now will they back out a bit just to see if they can give him the single if he wants it? No, not at the moment. We've still got a deep mid-wicket over to the tennis court side there to the left. Rosa bowls, and he turned that one back into the right-hander, but Fletcher watched it carefully, stood up, got into line, and played it down square on the offside, and there's no run. As it's Hunter Stewie Graham who throws that one back to Rosa. 60 for 1 here, Tynedale. Here comes Rosa again now and bowls, and he just defends this one out under the offside, and it's picked up in at extra cover from Fletcher there, and there's no run again. Here's Rosa now to the next one, and Fletcher again's equal to that one. Just defends it from the crease, and that was the last ball of the over there. 20 gone now in reply here, Tynedale. 20 gone in their innings. 60 for 1, Cant 28, Fletcher 2 not out, Parker the man out for 28, and Tynedale it is who need exactly 100 to win here of 30 overs. 100 to win of 30 overs. And drinks break coming up after 25. We'll have to see what's going on with that at the moment, but here is Cantad is about to bowl, about to face up to the next one now from Amin. He moves in now and bowls, and there's Cant just playing out to the offside, and there's no run again. One slip in place. Cant 28 not out. In he goes. There's Amin bowls, and Cant just smothers a full one there and pushes the ball back to him. There's no run. We've lost the sun again here now. We've got a slip in place. Breeze still blowing hard, and Cant turns one off his pads this time. Quite quickly up there to deep backward square across at the house end, and he goes through for a single. And that takes the score now to 61 for 1. 99 now needed for Tynedale. They're below the 100 here, the home side. Below the 100 needed. There's a min over the wicket now to Fletcher, who turns that one into the leg side, and there's no run again. It's Graham who picks up there at mid wicket. Still 61. Fletcher, he got those two and his second over at the wicket. He hasn't got any more since, so let's see what he can do this time. Min bowling, and it's driven this time, and it's out to the offside. Just mind, and the bowler picks that one up. Min himself. The wind whistling through his shirt as he runs in over the wicket now and bowls, and Fletcher drives. And again it's back to the bowler, and through the over quickly this time. And there we are. Amin finishes that one. 21 overs gone now. 61 for 1. And 61 for 1 it is. And there's still 99 needed to win for Tynedale. I've just had a note shuffled in front of us there, and it's his bye Matty from Claire, with a kiss on the bottom there as well. So bye Claire, wherever she's gone. She must have gone out. She must be away home now. 61 for 1 anyway. Where are we now? We've got Raza about to bowl at the top end. The sun comes out as he's about to bowl here, and he's going to bowl to the Tynedale captain, Tom Cant. And we'll go off for just a quick break before the drinks break, and we'll be back on after that to bring you the finish of Tynedale's chase here. So don't go anywhere. We'll go off air for just about 5 or 10 minutes while the drinks break takes place, and then we'll be back on straight away when the drinks break finishes or thereabouts after, to see how Tynedale get on here. That's 61 for 1, 199 away from winning here at the moment in the 22nd as the next one comes in from Razan. Cant lets that one outside the off stump, and Raza gets the ball back quickly again. Here he comes now. Up he comes and bowls, and that one again, Cant leaves outside the off stump. Tom Cant being watchful here. He may have just had to quell that attacking instinct he's shown over this last few weeks for now, after the loss of Parker. In comes Raza again, and Cant plays to the leg side this time, and it's picked up in there at mid wicket, and there's no run. Still 61 for 1, Cant 29, Fletcher 2 not out at the non-striker's end. Plenty of blue sky up there now. Here's Raza again, runs in towards us, very high action as Cant plays from the crease out to extra cover, and it's picked up quickly, and there's no run. Raza quickly gets the ball back up there. Umpire Greener just shakes the cap out there and holds it behind his back as Raza's in again now, and Cant just turns it in front of square on the leg side this time, and the completion of another over there. So there's 22 gone now. Tynedale 61 for 1, chasing Concerts 159 for 9. They still require another 99 to win this match, and we're under 30 overs left now. 28 to go here. And it looks like the weather is going to hold no problem here in Hexham this afternoon. So if you're just arriving home from your shopping trips or whatever, come down to Priors Flat, the bar's open, and get yourself a drink and some cricket as well. But it's going to be Fletcher on strike, 2 not out, and here he goes now. Armin bowls, and Fletcher just turns on the corner there to leg gully, but fortunately it went along the ground for Fletcher, and he doesn't get a run. and he's safe enough. So we'll go to the end of this over and we'll have a quick break until the end of the drinks break, and then we'll be straight back on here, so do join us. And Fletcher plays back through mid-wicket this time. It forces Graham into a sprint. He's got the ball now and he's kept it to 1 as Stuart Graham from deep mid-wicket across to the right hand side there, and Fletcher comes through for a single, and that's taken the score now to 62 for 1. 98 required by Tyndale. Cant drives high, and I think it'll be 4, will it? 6 for Cant, and he was under that one quickly from him in, and just stood there, a little shuffle forward with the front foot and whacked it straight back over the bowler's head down to our left here, towards the side screen. So 6 to the total, 68 now for 1. Tyndale. Cant has gone to 35. 92 needed now by the home side to win. Cant today is facing up now, and he just defends this one out to the offside, and in a way Tyndale, Cant especially, might not welcome this drinks break, but they'll have to take it. The momentum with him at the moment, and he defends the next one from him in out to the offside. One ball left in the over here. Umpire here's him in, going in now and bowls, and it's a full ball, and it's driven by Cant this time. And here we go. That's the end of the over there. So 68 for 1 Tyndale. Don't go anywhere. We'll have a quick 10-minute break here, and we'll be back soon enough with Tyndale chasing 160 to win. They're 68 for 1 at the moment. They still require another 92, and we've had 23 overs of 50, a maximum of 50, and Cant is still there on 35. Fletcher is 3 not out, and Parker is the man out, the only wicket to fall so far. So back in 10 minutes with Tyndale needing 92 to win. 68 for 1 Tyndale in the second innings here.